Time to go live. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Naked Lady Store. My name is Naked. That's my friend. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Chris and I were talking before the stream started, and he mentioned that he just had a nap for 2 hours. And I got to tell you that I went and peed, and my bed looked so fucking inviting. Holy shit. Got the nice aspect of my apartment's on a corner. The bedroom is like crooked, and like the building is a W. And it's crooked in the corner, and it's just like it's like a cave. And I just walked by, got a light still on, curtains drawn, it's all warm, bed's made.
So you're drawn in towards the corner as well. It's not like it's one of those weird in the middle of the room beds. It's like, just tuck yourself away, John. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah. Come on.
Give into the shadow.
Yeah. Come on. Have a sleep. Have a dream.
I did. I dreamt in my nap. That's how you know I went too fucking deep.
I dare to dream a dream of dreamers. I mean, it's very. Oh, we're already in 3. Your Discord has already acknowledged that you're on Twitch. Mine has yet to do that.
Curious.
Oh, how weird. Yes. When various things sort of kick on. But yeah, my nap, it looked fucking good. Coming up on the stream today, Andrew Johnston joins us whenever he decides to pop on.
Hey, Alex.
Welcome, Alex. Welcome aboard. I fixed the panels on my website myself, like a good boy.
Or those? What are the panels? Are those the Patreon, YouTube, everything?
No idea.
Cool. How'd you fix them?
That's an Alex Watson question. I followed the instructions Alex put in a Google Doc for me.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? Why fuck around with dishonesty?
Oh, thank you, Alex.
So what have you been up to, Chris? How was your day besides your nap?
It was good. I did reading the news, and we talked about how that Italian ambassador being killed roadside by paramilitary assailants in the Congo is going to start a whole goddamn thing.
Is it? Do you think it is?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where it's like one of those news stories that sort of passes by, and then a couple years later, you're like, "Where the hell did all this come from?" And it was here.
What you're saying is, it's like he smells like an archduke to you.
Yeah. So my theory is that Italy is going to send a bunch of money and soldiers into the Congo to crush some of these military guys that can't be crushed because they hide in the mountains, because it's the best place to hide, man. You got a bunch of volcanoes I found out right on the border, and that's just where all the militants from 3 different countries are hanging out. Here's
my theory. Italy does nothing and likes it.
Oh, no, my friend. You can't kill an ambassador and get away with it.
Interesting. Now, you mentioned you had a Stevie clip you wanted to share, and I felt that I did 2 clips to your 1 clip yesterday.
Oh, the Stevie clip is like a half-hour movie, so we're gonna watch that on a mega thread.
Shit.
That's a whole goddamn thing. Yeah.
But you also have a 30-minute clip of you in a suit.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a chance to cut that up today, and I think that's on my hard drive. I don't think that's on the internet.
No, those aren't you fucking invincible.
Indeed.
Out for revenge. Yes, I am much like the I am Italy. Chris is my Congo.
And you cannot catch me. I'm in the woods.
Ooh. Kiss me.
All my content is hidden in the mountains of my hard drives.
No, I feel like I'm gonna get a burrito today. It's gonna be a big day.
I don't know. Bragging already. Jesus.
You like that?
What about, you know what? I might have one thing that I can share. It's not stand up, but it's a stupid thing that I made a long time ago.
If it's a collage, the answer is no, thank you.
But the flowers and the memories, what have you got against memories?
Memories all alone. My brain is all over the place. It's one of those days where, do you guys ever just not, Alex, I know will know this, she has sleep problems discussed oft on the pod stream, whatever the fuck this thing is called. Is you ever one of those days where you just don't sleep well, so the entire day just fucking, it flies by so quickly and yet so slowly at the same time? Like, it just dawned on me that I had a Zoom show at noon. Like, it's one of those things where it's also, because of the nowadays times, it's that weird thing of you feel like I've technically spoken to no one, and yet I've had a shitload of conversations with people, and I've just been sat here.
Yeah, that's a weird, that's a goddamn weird feeling. I had that, like, I technically spoke to people for an hour and a half about the news. No one answered me. I mean, they didn't text, but it's not a conversation. It's a fucking monologue. And well, it's both, I guess, but it's not the same as hearing someone and seeing them. You just feel exhausted. Oh, okay, so this is a stupid thing that I sent to Theatre St. Catherine when I was bored and living in Bounds Green, and I made it with Dave Millett.
So let's, before we get into
7 years ago,
explain to everyone what Theatre St. Catherine is, and explain to them who Dave Millett is, because those are both very interesting things.
Theatre St. Catherine is one of my favorite places it's my favorite venue in the world to hang out in, and it's one of my favorites to perform in.
Yeah.
It's an independent theater owned by a madman and a semi-reasonable man.
Yep.
And they put on great improv shows, and it's the only place where I ever really felt like I can do anything and they're not going to ban me.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Strobo Hobo. Thank you for the follow. Strobo Hobo. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, because Alain literally told me that, one of the owners, because we apologized to him before this one show. I think it was the one that I did with Hogan, where I can't remember if you were on the stream at that time, but we did a sketch where the punchline was us basically kicking Keith Waterfield to death. And we weren't sure how it was going to go. And Alan's like, "This is art, man. Make your art. We don't care." So I missed them because they were having Sketchfest and a bunch of other fun events. And I just moved to the UK maybe like 6 months before. And so I decided to try to start an online war with them, like a back and forth through videos, but I never got a retort. That's why it's called I Await Your Reply.
Did they know you were doing this?
No, I just started it because I was bored and I wanted to see if they'd answer.
I mean, yeah, that's a great point. Theatre St. Catherine, fun fact about Theatre St. Catherine, I was married there. That's where my wedding took place.
That is true.
That is true. Yeah, it's a great place. Everything Chris said is true. It's a wonderful, amazing, sick, independent venue.
Yeah.
Leah Direk, no idea what you said.
No words, but thanks for thinking of us.
Thanks, Leah. Welcome aboard, Leah. Leah, by the way, coming from your Facebook or mine. I'm not sure. Either way, I can't tell.
I think yours.
What I can't tell is that Chris does not know how to frame a video. You're so lit from the back.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
Oh.
Theatre St. Catherine. It's come to my attention you've been having far too much fun over the last few months.
This is very weird already in that you didn't tell anyone about this. So it's this odd thing of you're going for a joke, but this doesn't seem like it's a joke because it's far too serious.
Yeah, but you'll see.
I see your face, though.
That's the point we talked about this. All right, start again.
Oh, you didn't explain who Dave Millett is.
Oh, Dave Millett is a sad, wandering poet, comedy genius.
What is he up to now? Because last he was living in that house.
He is in Nova Scotia, I want to say.
Sure.
And last time I knew, he had befriended a man in his 50s. Dave's like a little bit younger than us. He had befriended a man in his 50s who had realized he was gay and got a divorce and then just wanted to dance. And he's a very rich man, so he could. And him and Dave became best friends because all Dave wants to do is dance.
Yes,
and
I remember Dave occasionally in heights of depression would go, "It's now time to dance." And you'd be like, "Is he joking?" And then he's like, No, he's serious. He's going to go dance somewhere.
Yeah, no, 100% in the in a room. He would do it in a room with no music on. He would just start dancing just to get the adrenaline pumping and the endorphins going. He's the only person I ever met who came away from a pickup artist better.
Really? Did
Yep,
he go meet? He met with Mystery, or who did he meet with?
I don't know which one it was, but he went to one because he was really nervous about talking to women, and so he just went to a meeting in the park where they trained, and I was like, so that full of monsters, right? He's like, no, it's just full of a bunch of shy guys trying their best, and he came away very sweet from it.
The problem is that some of those people turn out to be monsters. Dave.
Yeah.
Like Dave Millett has also it's one of those things where he's shy. He also had his heart broken harder. He had his heart broken by someone who went on to have a lot of notoriety in the city he was living in. And he was literally sat with clinical depression at a coffee shop and a literal newspaper flew by him and opened to a page of his with his ex-girlfriend. Like,
I forgot about that.
That sticks with me. That is the most fucked up thing.
Yeah. Well, and then you know what happened to him when he moved to London? So
No.
moves to London. He's here for 3 weeks, and he's like enjoying himself. He's in a new country, he's in a new city, he's seeing all these new things. Hit by a bus.
That's right. He then gets hit by a bus and he's fucked up for a long time. Also, he didn't help himself. For a full year, he didn't buy a bed.
Yeah, but he was like, the depression was bone deep at that point. There was nowhere he could go. He was because after he got hit by the bus, he was living with a middle-aged woman who made maps, and so was gone a lot of the time and hated him. And so he just spent basically his first 3 months in the UK after leaving Halifax because his ex had gotten famous, to try to live a new life. He had to spend the next 3 months in bed with his thoughts.
Yeah. And then he moved into a house with a bunch of people and refused to get a bed and just slept on the actual floor.
Yep.
And I remember when he got a bed, he was like, God, I feel better. I should have done that a while.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's depression, though, man. You just think, this is as good as it gets. Nothing is good, so why would I improve anything?
I know. Yes, I've been depressed as well, but it's just one of those ones where it's like, I've never been don't get a bed depressed.
I remember hearing from one of his housemates that one day he spent the entire afternoon, like 4 hours, just looking out the window into the rain.
Oh my God, the 4 people that lived in that house, we won't name any names, but the stories, because it was literally 4 different people dealing with clinical depression at the same time in 4 completely different. I saw another person who lived at that house eat a whole bag of cheeseburgers.
Why did they come in a bag?
Because that person walked into a Burger King and said, I would like a bag of cheeseburgers, and like fucking Ron Swanson. No, I don't. You've heard me.
Yeah.
I want a whole bag of cheeseburgers.
I'm worried that what you heard is I want a couple of cheeseburgers. Yeah. Damn, that was a sad house. That was 4, one possible sociopath and 3 lovely people.
Sorry, a friend of mine is going through a turbulent time and just literally sent a message, let me know about his turbulent time. And then a couple of hours later has just sent a thanks for all the support because no one responded to him in a WhatsApp group. So I literally was like, all right, I'm going to literally take this time.
No, I absolutely do. So let me talk about Dave. Dave was the kind of guy who would do a show that was so beautiful and funny and original that audiences didn't know what to do about it. And then he would do his next show. And because he was unable to recreate anything, because he's one of the few artists I've ever met, would eat terrible ass and then never get booked by that comedy club, even though he was better than everyone playing there. He was like an imp, a fairy, what's the word?
Yeah, he was many things. He was one of those ones. He was definitely part of that batch of Canadians that was sort of our wave. And that when we moved to the UK, there was like 18, 19 million Canadians suddenly in London. I understand getting a bag of burgers. Oh, we're talking full size,
real burgers, Wendy's burgers.
They were
Burger King burgers.
Yeah. Full size from the Burger King in Leicester Square in London, eaten by a Canadian man.
That's a nasty Burger King too. Oof.
Oh boy! I mean, all Burger Kings are nasty. Like Burger King sucks.
They're really bad. That's why they're in all the train stations, because then it's like, well, what else are you gonna do?
That's exactly why they're in all the train stations, and they can fuck off as a result. Now, here's the thing it's so important. I need to actually turn this phone back on, because I need to monitor for our guest. But the thing that I was going to say about Dave is Dave was part of that wave of like, for a variety of different reasons, people came and went and didn't stick around in London, and Dave weirdly stuck around longer than most. But you would get lumped in, and that what would happen is one Canadian would bomb an open spot, and then no Canadian could do that club for a while in 2013. Because I got burned by 2 different Canadians doing club chains and then fucking having trouble, and then it'd be like, oh, you're not going to be like this person.
Oh, wow. I had the opposite. I'd show up and they'd be like, ooh, Canadian. It's high expectations here. You guys have been killing it, because it was you and Bobby showing up and just, hey, Chaz, how you doing, buddy?
Chazzy, Cammy. Yeah, it's very odd. For those of you just joining the stream, let me bring you up to speed. Chris and I are both tired. My shoulder is sore. We might have a guest. Right now we're watching Chaz Redhead. Chaz, congratulations on your long-ass stream. We're watching a very disconcerting video starring Chris Betts. The voice you're about to hear is Dave Millett. Chris is trying to send a start a feud with a theater that he missed the venue of, and instead of writing them an email saying, "Hey, let's do this thing on social media," he just started it, which is a bad idea.
I did have a big sleep, David. I slept for 2 hours. I took a nap so long I had dreams, so I'm not well right now.
Theater St. Catherine, you've been having way too
still
much
can't.
fun.
I don't like your shadowy fake voice.
Yeah, that's the point. It's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be like a bad ransom thing, and then Dave talks over it and undermines me.
I don't think this counts as a vengeance video for all of the Watch Mojo content that I'm going to have to continue to watch on this stream.
I told you I deleted all that stuff.
Jesus Christ.
What a terrible pratfall. Also, what a weird bicycle. Also, what such a London flat you're in too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, turn it off.
Hey guys. So looks like you've been having a lot of fun lately, which is weird.
So muscularly, Chris Betts.
I used to be in really good shape. That wall, I missed that wall. In that bedroom, I painted one of the walls without asking the landlord with blackboard paint. And I wrote my whole first hour on that wall. And I miss that all the time. I can't wait to have my own apartment so I can do that again.
I'm surprised you haven't done that just in the house that we were in.
I was going to, but we don't have a wall available in Sadaf and I's bedroom. Otherwise, I totally would have. Also, I'm self-conscious about someone else reading my wall.
What about the people? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's in my bedroom.
Because I thought we were friends. And as far as I knew, friends don't have fun.
I don't like how long this video is.
It's so long.
I don't like the jokes. I find it very creepy you didn't tell them that you were doing this.
Yeah. I just, LA is a very spontaneous, magical person. And so I just wanted to see what would happen.
What's fun is nothing. That's the funny part about this whole thing is nothing fucking happened. That's the weird part of it all.
Yeah, nothing. They never mentioned it. They never did anything. Oh, Chaz, I loved that show. You were so funny. You dug in so hard on a David Bowie sketch, and it was so long and so like committed. I had such a great time at that show.
What are we going? Fun bet story. He headlined a gang I put on where I hadn't told him the overall theme was Star Wars, so we had to sit through the whole evening of Star Wars sketches. Really specific ones.
Very specific ones. It was great. I loved it.
The second half opening with me as a friend is Ponda Baba and Dr. Evasion harassing the audience. Oh yeah, I did a full performance of Space Oddity.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
As
It was
Ponda
awesome.
Baba?
I loved it.
Like as a Ponda Baba full Space Odyssey? Is that what we're talking here?
I'm not sure. I don't know who Ponda Baba is.
The two people that are in the bar?
Oh, I don't like you. My friend doesn't like you either?
Yeah. And he doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's such a weird fucking Star Wars out of context is such a weird fucking movie. In the same way that I'm doing a slight rewatch through of Sopranos.
Okay.
So many birds in Sopranos. It's fucking weird.
There are a lot of birds in Sopranos. What do you think that's supposed to mean? It's so much symbolism in that show.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't think there's that much symbolism in that show. I think it's a lot of retro active symbolism. You know what I mean?
Is that? But I mean, I always thought that they like in the last season when they went full on clear, almost David Lynch levels of this is a symbol. I thought that was them being annoyed that no one had gotten the symbols in the previous seasons.
No, I think that he could do whatever he wants, so he just got pretentious.
Very possible. That is it. That episode is the reason why I bought the Valachi papers, though, because he's holding it while he's peeing.
Is he really? Which episode? The test pattern dream or the test dream? That super long.
Yeah. And at one point, he's in the men's room and he's pissing in a urinal next to someone, and he goes, "Have you got the book?" And then he holds up the Valachi papers. He's like, "I got the book," and I was like, "That is clearly a very important book." So I looked into it and I bought it, and it was great. Very interesting read.
I'll tell you what's not an interesting read. The comments of this video.
Oh, brief.
What are the views? How many?
Grinding. 3, maybe?
84 people have been embarrassed by this video. Is this unlisted?
84 people saw this? How the hell did that many people see this video?
My question is it unlisted?
It is now.
Just in you're
Wow.
wondering, here's what I've been up to while you've been out gallivanting.
No, 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 no.
Grinders.
You can tell how depressed I was when I made this.
Why?
It was just me and Dave Millett being sad, making low-key, darkly lit videos.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because this is the height of you just doing open mics in London, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Mhm.
Boy.
Bleak time.
Yeah. Yeah, your highlight was going ahead? Was just doing the crying duck?
Yeah. It was, I mean, that was fun, but it was the peak. A2 LA is the name of one of the owners at the Theater St. Catherine. So I felt like I was being betrayed by their fun.
Grinders is a show that happened at Theater St. Catherine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Muted the video somehow. Jesus Christ Superband is an Easter thing where they play a live band does Jesus Christ Superstar.
It's great. It's very fun. It's the opposite of this video.
How did you find the Bounds greenhouse?
Terrible. It was, I mean, I liked it sort of when I first moved in because I am getting pegged. Hey, Richard. When I first moved in, there was a friend of mine from when I lived in Brighton who lived there, and that's how I found it. And there was a beautiful French burlesque dancer who lived there. And so that was great. But then during my first Edinburgh, my friend from Brighton moved out and replaced himself with a woman who I, to this day, despise. And everyone in the house hated so much that when one of them accidentally matched with her on like Tinder or something, or like it got suggested on Bumble or whatever, he sent me a message because he was so scared. He's like, I need to tell someone how awful this person is and how terrible it is that they should back up. So she's the reason I moved out. She just threw a bunch of my stuff away one day. Just threw
I
it away.
remember that. Yeah, because you then moved in with your now wife.
Yes, I did. And that was fantastic. That was a great move. But yeah, I mean, the house was awesome up until she moved in, and then it was not.
Yeah, sounds like a real nightmare.
I wanted to start.
Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong? This video just turned into a Tom Waits song. You can hear the what is this?
It's a depressed man doing things that he thinks are funny, but are just
they are
sad.
not funny.
No.
Oh my god, there's Dave Millett.
That's Dave Millett right there.
Is he gonna piss in your mouth or throw that coffee? Like he's gonna do something to your...
Yeah, he is. He's gonna do something terrible to me.
Oh my god, this is like a fucking... This is so many different cries for help.
Yeah, well, you just put two sad boys with a camera and nothing but time.
This is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
And never ending.
Yes, very much so. And this goes on forever as well.
Good. I don't like this. I'm gonna
Get
say
yourself a friend that'll spit on you in a video.
Is
you
he
know?
actually spitting or is he just
Oh
making
yeah.
this?
Yeah. He really spat on me.
What the hell is that? Did you get a third person involved in this or is this just the wind?
I think the wind must have done that. Yeah. I just realized that it's not even like a flat.
So to try to help myself, I've been trying to send a cease and desist order. So you have to...
This is so fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is.
I'd mock this, but I'm having flashbacks to a video. Can you send the video, Chaz? That's still on my page. I'll be right back.
We had a great day making it. We laughed a lot while we were making it.
fun.
Yeah, we had a really nice time. It was a great day. And I was trying to teach myself how to edit videos, so I was just making things like this.
I've never
Fuck's sake.
wanted to learn how to make the videos, and it's something that's so...
Books. I don't want books.
This won't happen for sure.
So they're just St. Catherine.
I don't like your voice in this at all. I don't like. It seems like you're a fucking. It's a scared man fresh out of uni trying to navigate his loneliness through sketch comedy. Oh no! So it's so Chaz,
It's this.
It's this video is what you're saying. It's this video. This horrific video. Yeah, sad boy is a cry boy.
I think I told you I didn't want to move to London in the first place because I already hated London before I got here.
Well, it was either London or Toronto, and you realized I should probably just move.
Well, Glenn Wool told me to come here because I just wanted to move somewhere where I'd get a lot better. And so my plan was I'd come here for 5 years and just swallow my hatred of it to get better at stand-up. And then I would move back to Canada and then make my way to New York. But then I fell in love like an idiot.
Yeah, you did. You certainly did.
So I started off on the wrong foot when I moved here. I wasn't all wide-eyed and excited. I'd already lived here twice. I was over London.
Yeah, you're a fool.
Yeah, this was my moving to Fort Mac for the rigs.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something clever to say, but I don't know what to say. What I'm trying to basically say is leave London when you can.
I await your reply.
Oh, they never replied. This is so funny. It shows that I've been watching a lot of Howard Stern clips.
Oh wow. Is that a Sinead O'Connor one? I feel like she had an interesting. Oh, Jordan told me the craziest Sinead O'Connor stories. She went on a date with Anthony Kiedis, and
this is in his book. I know this story. Go ahead.
Okay, you might know the story better than me. All I remember is the picture of them going to a museum, and the idea of Sinead O'Connor taking Anthony Kiedis, around looking at art is the most uncomfortable thing I can picture. What are they going to say to each other?
They didn't she didn't call him back, and so he went into one of her dressing rooms and squirted blood on a mirror. Like it's so
Jesus Christ.
That's what I remember, and I remember being like, "Wait, that's your side of the story? That's your side?" Hey, let me say this about Anthony Kiedis: is that no member of Red Hot Chili Peppers ever disappoints. Of like, wow, that is what happens if artists were frat boys. Like it's like,
yeah.
We're really into indie stuff, but also you got to be naked. Like it's so fucking weird.
We're gonna change the face of rock funk, but unless dicks are out, what's the point doing it? We got to make it funny, hence dicks.
I know what no one has ever asked. When are these fucking cool dudes gonna put their dicks in hockey socks?
Oh, here's another Sinead O'Connor story. Apparently, she had to run away from Prince's house. He was like, he really wanted to give her a foot rub, and she was like, no, and she left. And then he was like chasing her in a cart, like a golf cart thing, through his grounds while she ran through the woods to get away.
I mean, this is a weird thing. Is Sinead O'Connor Muslim now?
I don't know.
Yeah, she converted to Islam.
Okay.
In 2018.
Good for her.
Yeah, Shudat Devat. Interesting. Fucking fascinating. She's always been very interesting. I always thought she got fucking her fucking shit on from a high height.
And I mean that Pope thing.
Yeah, I was like, she was fucking right in every way to fucking do that. The Pope can fucking fuck off. Also, it's very funny because it was hosted by Tim Robbins, who was wearing an anti-GE shirt on GE. And it was like, oh, he could get away with that, but she fucking... Because that SNL, she is still like one of 3 people not allowed back. It's like her, the band Fear, and even Elvis Costello's been back.
What did Elvis Costello do?
The radio thing. That very famous SNL clip of, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason for us to play this song right now. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I know the song, but I don't know why he was kicked off for it.
He played a different song. He was supposed to play one song because he wasn't supposed to play radio because it was critical of radio stations in the States. And at the time, NBC owned a radio station called WNBC. And he played it anyway. That's why they start one song and he stops and goes, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason to play this song right now. And it's like such a poppy, fun song. Steven Seagal is banned, and I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, Steven Seagal playing at the Crimea Liberation concert is still the craziest thing. Like, god damn, he's so nuts.
Oh, did you see the Amber Ruffins thing about him?
Amber
Ruffin, she's got her own show now. She's on Seth Meyers for years.
No.
It's so funny. It's just her. It's when Putin appointed Steven Seagal to some kind of cabinet position, and it's just her repeating things like, but why? But why? And it's one of those beautiful. It's like Andy Daly's thing where all he says is hack throwaway lines. I didn't get the memo. Who's this guy? Have you heard that one off the Comedy Bang Bang album?
I have heard that, yes. But what I want to watch and why I'm distracted is I'm loading up a clips from Steven Seagal Lawman.
Ooh, I forgot that he was a lawman.
Never forget, he told everyone he was a sheriff.
He told everyone a lot of things.
Thick build, shoulder-length dreads. Inside.
Bear in mind, sheriff you can be appointed a sheriff. You can just donate money and they can give you a badge.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh, yes, he did. Fuck, I'm jealous of that.
That's in a bedroom. That's all the way in the back. And it's going to be me with the shield going in first, followed by the long gun.
He looks so confused. Like, Steven Seagal is trying to look so cool, and he looks so confused.
And he's like standing off at the edge as if he's like the cool guy.
Also, you know that someone's a fucking loser if they have yellow tinted sunglasses.
That's actually fair. I think the only people I can picture are him, the members of Len of Steal My Sunshine fame, and Steven Tyler.
I mean, when did Steven Tyler have yellow tinted sunglasses?
Regularly in the world.
God damn it.
The crew can follow in however we see fit.
Please.
Get that guy. He just shoved something in his mouth.
He rammed it in his throat.
Yeah. When we hit the house, we encountered a lot more people than we anticipated.
I mean, first of all, I'm so amazed that these poor drug dealers were arrested by these not actual real cops. Also, I've never heard someone not be clearly at something and have no information about it whatsoever.
Well, when he was grabbing that guy, my first thought was they'd already arrested him and cuffed him, and then they got a shot of Steven Seagal moving it. It's like when they'll like drug an animal and then let a rich guy hunt it.
Yeah. It's also very fun if so many of the angles are just him in a scarf.
The guy we were looking for.
Yeah, he really doesn't want us to see his neck. We got a warrant from a judge.
I love this. It's so many different cop words with information based on you selling crack out of here. I'm going to say it. The criminals are dressed better than the cops.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't look like a drug sniffing dog. This looks like just a dog that Steven Seagal had in his fucking.
Just tied to his porch.
Dog and he alerts and research.
What is?
Searching in places when
Also, why does his jacket fit so fucking terribly?
How many seasons of this are there? Because I don't understand. I understood Cops in like the 80s and 90s, but the continuation of this bullshit.
It ended for Steven Seagal Lawman. Like ended because it.
Man, that's a lot of crack cocaine, boy.
I mean, that's not a lot of crack cocaine, and also the way he said "boy" is very. That's not. There's something behind that, and that's not good.
You know that at the end he was like, "Can I? Just a little bit. You know, I think if I'm gonna fight the crime, I should know the crime. You guys want to smoke some crack, boy?"
In February 2011, A&E announced that the series would begin production of the season 3 episodes. The 2 episodes were scheduled to be aired at the beginning of January 2012. The episodes were announced by A&E, created a Facebook page for the series, and listed them on TV Guide. Shortly before the episodes would be aired, the web and Facebook pages were removed. A&E made no announcement about the sudden suspension of season 3 or whether there would be a third season. A&E didn't answer questions, letters, or emails from fans. It was announced on 2013 that the third season would air on Reels. In 2014, episodes from the first 2 seasons began airing on June of 2013. Season 3 premiered on 2014, but it doesn't explain why.
That's weird. I mean, around that time, that's Crimea time, right?
No, Crimea was 2014. It was after the Olympics.
Yeah, didn't you say that it was 2014, 2015 when they canceled it?
No, they canceled it in 2011.
Oh, sorry about that.
It didn't air until right before Crimea time.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, everything after Under Siege, did we need Steven Seagal for any of it?
No. We didn't even need him for Under Siege. That could have been Jean-Claude.
I guess that. Yeah, okay, that could have been
By
Jean-Claude.
the way, if you're not following Jean-Claude Van Damme on social media, you don't know what you're fucking missing. It's wonderful.
Genuinely surprising stuff to hear. Why? What could he be doing? He doesn't have enough self-awareness to be funny.
That's kind of why it's brilliant. He's just in the end, Jean-Claude Van Damme is now just like he's just a European guy in his 50s. Like, for example, he tweeted, and my friend Chris Martin and I couldn't believe of this, which is he went, "I have a new girlfriend. You'll meet her tomorrow," and then it was his dog.
Jesus. Such a fucking weird dude.
It's so fucking good. Like, God bless fucking Jean-Claude Van, because he's just there's no self-awareness. There's so fucking that movie is spectacular.
Oh, Street Fighter?
Wonderful.
Doesn't he play the twin? Doesn't he play? Oh no, Double Dragon. He plays twins.
No, he's not in Double Dragon.
Isn't he?
No, Double Dragon's something else. Double Dragon, of all the movies to set in the future, there is no reason to set Double Dragon in the future.
Mario.
Another fucking Mario as a movie is so crazy. Like, that movie is bug fucking nutty. It makes no fucking sense. No, it's Scott Wolf and Mark Drakos in the movie Double Dragon. Mark Drakos.
What one did he? Oh, sorry.
He went on to, of course, play. Oh man, I haven't fucking thought about this movie. I loved this movie as a kid. We're watching a fucking trailer of it right fucking now.
Thank you, Chaz Redhead. Also, Chaz, excellent point on the Expendables film, and I feel like John knows the story behind why Steven Seagal hasn't been in any of them.
No idea. Absolutely.
Really?
No idea.
It feels like it would be right in your wheelhouse.
Oh my God, we could watch the entire fucking movie. It's just on YouTube for free.
What was the one where Jean-Claude Van Damme played twins?
I've never heard of this movie. I think you've made it up.
I swear he did. I have a vivid memory of Jean-Claude Van Damme facing off against Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Are you thinking of him facing off against Dennis Rodman?
Oh, they do look alike, to be fair.
Is it Double Team? Are you thinking of Double Team?
I might be thinking of Double Team.
Yeah! That's so cool. How fucking... What a...
Is it called Leisure Entertainment and they're shooting through a wall?
Oh my God, that's up there with the original. So, are you ever concerned about originality edit of yesterday's ComCom video?
That was magical.
Still not gonna lie, that's still smart. Still hurts.
So funny. Oh, Double Impact. Thank you, David Hoare.
Come on, video. Don't be fake. Oh, it is. Is it the real video? It really is. Oh my God, it's actually this movie. I think. Let's see. Let's see if we see Scott Wolf. Yes, it is. It is this movie.
What?
Oh yeah, and Alyssa Milano's in it too.
Oh my God. Scott Wolf and Alyssa Milano. Jesus. Who's this Jabba the Hutt character? I've never seen Double Dragon the film, so I'm way behind on it.
Something genetically happens to him. I don't remember really. I know that it's said in the future, but in New York. Sorry, I'm just texting with our guest.
Oh.
No. Oh, I just farted horrifically and it was silent. I do miss 90s. I miss movies when every movie made money. Do you know what I mean? Like, I miss 90s movies like that. That was so fucking wonderful. Parent Trap, Double Impact. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant to. I was like, why did I close it? Oh yeah, Steven Seagal twin movie.
No, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it was Double Impact. I sent you a link to the IMDb in the private chat.
Double Impact.
Yeah, I want to watch the trailer for Double Impact, please.
We're putting it on now. Don't you worry. I've never heard of this movie. This seems like a terrible fucking movie. Oh,
if you thought Jean-Claude Van Damme alone was enough, you were only halfway there. Logos the same quality as A-level media studies piece. Yes, correct. That was and the like illegible, basically leisure media, leisure entertainment.
I know exactly. Can we also
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
what? Why is he wearing spurs?
Yeah, is this a cowboy ninja?
Makes an impact. Now, get ready.
You know how Jean-Claude Van Damme
That guy.
got into Hollywood, by the way. You know how he got into Hollywood?
No, I have no idea.
Sat in the office of sat in the outer office of a producer, walked up and then did a spin kick like a centimeter away from his nose, and then just walked away. And the guy was like, "Hire that man."
Man, confidence is everything. Jesus Christ. I love this guy. I love this guy. Bad guy from Bloodsport.
Oh yeah.
And also showed up in a couple of the movies I can't remember, but every time I see him, absolutely delighted.
Fuck, I haven't watched Bloodsport in forever.
Totally stands up. Absolutely, totally stands up. It's exactly what you want it to be. It's no better, no worse. I love it.
Speaking of someone who totally stands up, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stream our guest for today, Andrew Johnston. Andrew Johnston, welcome aboard.
Hey,
Hello,
thank
Andrew.
thank you. Hi, great to meet you.
And
I'm not
you.
sure that we have, but
I don't think so.
I'm sorry that I'm like. Can you believe I'm late? I'm late for like something where I don't need to leave the house, and I just get later and later, and it's just like, oh my. Anyway, you know, but this is actually the first like setup thing that I've done for streaming things since I've been in this new apartment. So that had some troubleshooting there. Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel that your angles are nice? Chat, please welcome Andrew. Say hello. You can see the chat and stuff like that. We're, by the way, watching shit trailers from 80s movies and being quite, I'm going to say it, quite critical. Nice. What are your thoughts of this shirtless gentleman here who's probably about to be kicked or about to get some kicking done?
I need to, I mean, what don't I think of him? Hi, Greg. How's it going? Hope you're staying warm. Greg Houston in the chat. I know him from back in Toronto.
I love what a lovely small town Canadian thing to say, by the way.
I know, right? Yeah, God.
I'm now a bitter, jaded Californian. I look at snow like some sort of like it's that white stuff that collects at the corners of my mouth when I'm too thirsty.
Well, you know, I just spoke with my mother back home today, and so I just got a real live update about the weather and in Brockville, Ontario, Canada, and it's not warm.
I'm going to say this.
Stop snowing.
No one will update you more on winter weather conditions than a mother in Canada with a child not in winter.
You know, I also ask about it. I just can't. I can't get enough of the weather chat. I'm a weather queen. I've been called the weather queen. It is a mantle that I wear proudly. I will talk about the weather for. I mean, I miss talking about the weather because it never fluctuates here. Actually, so.
I mean, hang on. So, are you being? Is this a bit, or are you 100% serious? Like you will
100% serious, dead serious.
You go in
dead
for
serious.
weather. Okay, let's go around the horn. Chris Betts, what are your thoughts on weather small talk chat?
I couldn't care less. I really don't. I would never ask someone about the weather ever in my life.
Really?
Never.
I wouldn't. I would. I just said. Yeah,
you just said you would ask. Yeah.
No, but I'll talk to someone. I won't like go and like. I wouldn't if I met you. I wouldn't be like. I wouldn't bring it up maybe, but if it came up, I'd be
and you're into it. There you go.
No, I got news for you. I'm bringing it up. If I'm like, especially if you're at like a Canadian barbecue, in a circumstance that I've been in a lot, where it's like some sort of distant family friend. I'm in town, so it's like my mom's going, and so I'm just going along. And I met these people when I was a kid, and I have no idea why we're going to like someone she worked at a newsletter with's barbecue. We're fucking talking about the weather. Hard weather chat.
Yeah.
Like, and especially we're talking Southern Ontario weather chat. Can you believe this humidity?
Yeah. Oh, I know. My short answer would be no. I can't. Like I couldn't, and I can't. Like if that was to come up, my God, I would just be like, I would be bowled over. And it was very humid. Or pardon me, my mother would call it humidity. It was a very humid summer back where I'd spent it at my parents' place in Brockville, Ontario. But yeah, where are you from, Chris?
Yeah, this might be an Ontario thing. I'm a BC boy, so it just rains. It rains or it's hot out. That's all. So there's nothing to talk about. Is it wet? Yeah, good.
Yeah, but you lived in Montreal for years, and Montreal will talk about the weather like it's fucking illegal. They love it.
But I would dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge that shit. I will talk about anything else. Anything.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, can't say. Even right now, talking about the weather, we can do better, guys.
Okay, but here's my question: what is your go-to small talk move?
I just hit him with questions. I'll MC that shit. I'll just
all right, I want to see now. So okay, you've just met Andrew. Let's do a little small talk rehearsal here.
Okay, cool. How do you like going to night? Earbuds. I've never had the
that's
those new
not
Apple
bad.
ones.
That's not. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. That's relatable. Because I'll tell you, I hate them. They slip out of my lobes constantly. I, but I wear them for things like this because like they look expensive, or not expensive, but like they're less cumbersome, and actually the audio quality is very good. But no, if I have my druthers, I would wear I'd wear my Bose ones. The Bose ones are very good. The Bose sports ones.
Blown away by that. That was fucking superb. Also,
that's great.
It started. You were ready to hate whatever came out of it because you took a very withering sip of water.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah. Indeed.
By the way, if you're enjoying Andrew's time on the stream, you can check him out at all of his socials there.
Oh wow! Look at that.
And
yes, oh my god, including my latest album. Thank you, latest. God, 2018, baby.
I mean, God. You gotta update the references.
Well, no, I was supposed to record April, in late April, and then something happened.
Of 2020, yes, I was.
Of 2020 last year, yeah. And I can remember like the week after, after COVID really hit, I was like, well, I'm still planning on going ahead with it. Oh my god, it was just so. Oh my god. Oh, we were all so dumb and so young. I'm so full of cum.
I was depleted of all cum, and I was aware that the year was canceled within a week of into that lock.
Were you? See, this would be my small talk thing now. I'd be like, what was your sort of trajectory of accepting COVID? And then and everyone's going to start with that. It's like, where were you on 9/11? Except there wasn't maybe a 9/11, but there was, a day, but sort of, there was a day that I think the world shut down. But go on, John, sorry.
Mine was, there's no Ubers in Los Angeles. Mine was so quick because mine was literally the day of the shutdown, because mine was so unique in that I just America's Got Talent to no fucker in the audience and then walked out into downtown Pasadena in LA.
Oh boy.
And there's no Ubers in LA County. The app literally says no cars available.
So what day did you tape that?
March 14th.
March 14th.
So the stay-at-home order in Los Angeles started the 15th. Like it literally was, I got up, went to yoga. People were literally like, I think this is going to be trouble. And when you've had to take the fucking LA County subway home in a pandemic, you're like, we're
from Pasadena. Pasadena is what I would say to that.
Correct.
God.
So the Golden Line is not hygienic at best of times. Yeah, it was very fun. Got on the and then as I was walking into Union Station, by the way, if you ever want to see genuine psychiatric problems, go to Union Station in Los Angeles. As I was walking down the stairs, one of the people I was on the train with was giving me real sketchy vibes, and turns out I was correct because he walked up to a security guard and used the full N-words just at the security guard's face, and then they just had a fight. Welcome to the pandemic. Like,
I've heard that the golden hour for taking the metro in LA is it's pretty narrow. Like it's more of a minute. Yeah. I've heard. I think I've done it like twice, but mainly it's not because of it's not because of the clientele. It's because of the infrequency. It is just there was nothing that chapped my keister more than showing up at a train just departing. And that happened, I think, both times that I tried taking the metro here. And I was like, not worth it.
Well, not worth it. That they don't tell you is that screen is horrifically inaccurate. Like the amount of times I've been stood at my station is like, the train will be here in 20 minutes. And then the train arrives and I'm like, well, they just don't know what 20 minutes is, do they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I assume it's terrible because I didn't know that there was one. I have never heard. Of an LA metro.
Oh, it's also a hike. Like, I mean, maybe if I lived next door to a station, and I sort of don't live far from one.
I'm going to say this right now. I know where Andrew lives. You live a 10-minute walk from.
I know, and too far. No. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, I think I took it DTLA to like Georgia Brooks's show, RIP. Well, I don't know, RIP. Every show is RIP. But I took it to her show once, and I worked up a sweat walking there, and I was like, no, it's not worth it. Not worth it.
I mean, you're not that out of shape. I know the geography you traversed. You literally walked a total of 15 minutes. Too much.
But it's a
He's
slog.
still like, he's like,
too much.
Never though.
Too much. Yeah. Oh, I think we took it to. Yeah, you used to have a show at somewhere in NoHo, right? With Julie and Matt. Yeah, and so we took it there. We took the tube there. Yeah, the LA tube.
Oh, you're gonna see some shit going.
Yeah.
That line, taking the red line up to North Hollywood, because the North Hollywood it's the end of the line, so it becomes sort of like a filter for the real crazies. Because I used to like have to go flyer for that show at like midnight in a crowded bar.
Oh dear.
And you don't know what it is to be alone. But
LA
public transport.
So I took it to the I took it to the end of the red line for one of my very first times going up there. And this was actually my first LA celebrity encounter. Do you know who I saw immediately like getting off the subway? It was porn star Brian Pumper. Do you know who he is? Do you remember how Lawrence Fishburne's daughter, Dakota Fishburne?
We're going deep. I didn't expect that twist. Well played, Andrew.
So Lawrence Fishburne's he has a daughter named Dakota who really just wanted to get into porn, and her first featurette was with Brian Pumper, and so that sort of thrust him into the mainstream. And then I went down a rabbit hole. Yeah. So anyway, so I was like, that's Brian Pumper, and sure, and I snapped a very covert photo of it, and I remember Instagramming it, and someone brought up, "Oh, where's Dakota Fishburne?" And I was like, "You get it." All right.
I didn't know any of this shit.
No, and it was a big deal. Lawrence Fishburne was none too pleased, as you can imagine. He wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're a child of yours going into the adult industry, you got to take that personally if you're a parent. Like even if you didn't do anything, you're sitting there going,
How old is she? Do you think we can trace through his IMDb thing the moment where he failed her as a father?
I think this would have been in like 2010. I want to
But if that's where it happened, the damage was sown earlier.
That's a very good. Yeah, that's a very good point.
All right, so I'll bring up Lawrence Fishburne's IMDb, and then we got to get her age, and then we have to find the sort of metric in between.
I'll look up Dakota Fishburne.
Oh, well, be careful. Make sure your child's safe. Your net nanny's on, or else you're going to get some vivid imagery of her getting just plowed by the biggest BBC in the world.
What was his name? Christopher Plummer?
No, Brian Pumper. Christopher Plummer. R.I.P. I just listened back to his NPR interview with Terry Gross from a few years ago, and what a man. What a man. Captain Von Trapp.
Was that the NPR interview where Terry Gross sounds like she has a bit of a dry throat? Anyway,
I mean, when doesn't she?
I mean,
well, no, she's gonna. Oh, look at this.
She is a spectacular interviewer. Terry Gross. The mouth sounds on NPR. It's a fucking war. Like every interview. Welcome. Like, what the fuck are they? Like, it sounds like someone getting fucked in the back. Like someone is very wet of penis and vagina is getting fucked in the studio far away from the microphone while they're conducting an artsy interview. Like that's what it's so gross.
Terry Gross. So years ago when I was doing Sunday Night Live, which is a sketch show in Toronto, a comedy bar, and I had this idea because I was really obsessed with listening to Terry Gross and Fresh Air. And she's just, if you don't know Terry Gross, she's this very just earnest as fuck NPR interviewer who just only asks like questions second to Chris, like in terms of her preternatural instincts as an interviewer. Honestly, like she just anyway. So there you go. But so she's just it's very like this. So she'd be like, Christopher Plummer, is it true that you didn't enjoy particularly making of Sound of Music? And I thought it'd be really funny if someone did a character of her, Terry Gross, where it's just like she'd ask that, but then she'd ask really just horrendously grotesque questions to be like, being like, so have you eaten your own shit? What would the texture of your own shit be? And then someone would just be like, Terry, that's so gross. And then she just went, I know, it's my name. Terry Gross. And anyway, so we did that as a sketch, and this was like in 2010. And then after this was before she blew up, right? Like this is certainly before her and Mark Maron were interviewing each other live on stage, kind of thing.
This is why this is even funnier. Is bear in mind it's 2010. That show takes place in Canada. Terry Gross not on the air.
No, but I mean the podcast was on the air. But anyway, so this is what's funny is after the show, it was over Family Day weekend, President's Day weekend in the States, so mid-February. It just passed last weekend, I think. Anyway, and so this guy comes up to us after, and he's just said, okay, I'm in town on an assignment. I work for literally WKP, whatever the place is in Philadelphia. Terry Gross is like my boss. And that was so surreal because she wasn't any sort of like a household name.
Oh.
And to see this very specific person parodied, that must have been, and in that frame where she's just like, so have you ever eaten an elderly man's cum or whatever? It was just like, Terry, that was gross.
That was the moment she knew she was going to blow up. That was it. She was like,
well, it took a while. It was a slower burn, but you know.
If you, by the way, want to see one of the most unintended, it's hard to find, I think, because I think Gene Simmons had it scrubbed. But Gene Simmons and Terry Gross have a very confrontational interview, and it's so good because he brings so much shade, and she just waters off a duck's back, just like he keeps saying, "You fat cats" at NPR, and said, "Well, Gene, I don't feel that that's an appropriate way to speak to me."
Well, and you know that they've been doing so. Terry Gross has been doing this for years. Like they never did in-person interviews; they were always remote.
Yeah, so
and over like DSL. So so like when you hear that. Terry, anyway, she was very the Terry Gross antagonism interview would be the Hillary Clinton one. That I recommend you go and listen to that because Terry Gross kind of comes for her about how she didn't support gay marriage when she was running in 2008. And
was this a 2016 interview?
Yes, and so then she was saying, she was like, no, was that just opportunism? Like, would you have now if you were able to? She's like, well, no, what I said, Terry, what? And like, it was just like very, because you just know, like Hillary just needed to temper her temper, really.
She was
so bad. And you just know that she's a bitch on fucking heels. Like Hillary would fucking slap you. She would just fucking like sucker punch you in for a second for running your mouth, you know. And she just needed to just, you know.
My
really
favorite Hillary Clinton. My favorite Hillary Clinton interview was she did an interview for a black radio station, and she said they asked her what was in her bag, and she said hot sauce, and it was right when Formation came out, and they were like, oh, really? And she was like, no, I just wanted you to like me. It's like, Jesus Christ, Hillary.
No, she didn't say, no, she actually meant that. And I remember specifically, she said hot sauce. Like that's how she pronounced, like hot sauce or sauce. Anyway, no, apparently she does take hot sauce with her around.
Does anyone remember when she was running in 2008 in the primary and she went into like I'll never forget this because literally The Daily Show spent 20 minutes on it because it was so fucking unintentionally funny, which is she's in a lumber bar somewhere in rural Oregon, and she asked the bartender if they had Crown Royale, and she pronounced it like that. And it was just so like, Hillary. No.
That's how I would pronounce it. I'd pronounce it Crown Royale.
Yeah, yes, but Andrew, but you're also not trying to become the president of the United States in that moment.
Aren't I?
I know,
Aren't I?
Yeah, but if you were, you wouldn't be trying to relate to lumber gentlemen. You'd be just sort of caustically being like, "Shut up, just vote for me anyway." Asking them about the weather.
I wouldn't need to. I wouldn't need to relate with him because guess what? 5 minutes, dicks would be in each other's mouths. Oh, it would be fantastic. Yeah, it would be backwoods shenanigans. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What do you think running for the president entails?
Dick suckery and how? God, I mean, anyway. So we need another Andrew Johnson. But his name was Andrew Johnson, and I know all about him. Yeah. So. Anyway.
I was a big fan of Christopher Plummer's last movie, Backwoods Shenanigans.
Backwoods Shenanigans, the late Christopher Plummer. Only survived by his daughter, Amanda, who is quite a character, Amanda Plummer.
Is she also in porn?
Not that we know. She was in experimental theater back off Broadway. So
That's
Anyway.
a gateway theater. That's a gateway
Yeah.
theater. We all know it.
They almost they were going to do a play in Montreal when I was going to theater school there, where she would be directed by her father, and they apparently had one rehearsal, and then the arguing was so intense they canceled the production.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to say, he was an exemplary father in The Sound of Music as Captain Von Trapp. But in real life, Christopher Plummer, deadbeat dad. She was left to be raised by Tammy Grimes. And that was her mother, who is also a Broadway star. In any event, oh my God, we better veer the fuck off of this territory, or else, everyone's going to kill themselves. Okay, I just want to circle back to the America's Got Talent thing. So that happened on you shot that the 14th, and then the 15th was locked. Well, yeah,
the 15th was LA went into stay-at-home order. Like I literally,
yes, that did.
And it was just literally like waking up that morning. I went to hot yoga, and they were literally like. And while I was doing yoga, the order of like, it's done. Everyone go home.
That happened to me Sunday night at Y7. I remember I was doing a slow burn class at 7 p.m. I had already made arrangements to go back to Canada at that point, because I think that they were floating with closing the border. And my red line at that point specifically was like, if I couldn't get home in a pinch, I would go back. And I think we were talking about this sort of because if Trump got elected, a bunch of Canadians that we knew who had the green cards would consider surrendering them. And I can remember saying the phrase out loud, okay, well, I think if he starts jailing his enemies, that will be my red line. But I said that for real, as if but everything else is fine. Anything before that is fine. It's tolerable. Anyway,
a man's got to have a code.
I know, right? And so I remember doing a yoga class Sunday night, and during the yoga class, that's when the stay-at-home order went in for LA, and that was Sunday the 15th. Yeah.
Yeah, my red line, by the way, for Trump was, well, if show business is affected by his presidency, then I'll think about going back to Canada. Until then, I stay. Which, by the way, I would have been here. I would have been here well past him jailing their enemies, because I got Paramount would still be pumping out pictures uninterrupted until they would be turned into a Pravda. But that's it. That's when I was. What about you, Chris? When did you realize COVID was here to stay? Because you're in England, so Andrew and I were both in LA. In that weird way of America was like, oh, this is here to stay, but also we will do nothing to prevent its spread. We'll just people can go inside on the coasts, but in the center of the country have a great time.
But like over here, it was we all knew it was going to be a huge problem. Everyone knew the country's going to be shut down, but the government kept not doing it or saying it. And I was opening for Phil Wang on tour at the time, and I remember talking to him, and I was like, "Are we doing these shows? This is super dangerous." And he's like, "Yeah, but because of the way the prime minister worded it, if I cancel this, I'm going to lose thousands of pounds because insurance won't cover it over force majeure." And so we just kept doing it. The day before official lockdown, or 2 days before, we did 2 sold out shows, a matinee and a night show of like 350 people in Sheffield. I took a bus there and back, packed. Fuck. And I would open the shows like, guys, we're all going to die. Why the fuck are you here? We expected no one to show up, but everyone came. Everyone came. And then when I got back from that was a wrap. I was like, we're locked down for a year now. There's no way this is going away.
Yeah.
Well, and that was Europe too, right? Because Italy was in the throes of it at that. It was really going through it at that point. And it just, to show you, to be an example of how up our fucking asses everyone's head is, like, it was just like, well, that's over there. Like, it's like, fine. Like, oh my God. It's just so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous how oblivious, like blithely oblivious everyone was to it. But I guess also, and it is. But I mean, in our business, I mean, I get that we were all sort of willing it to be at bay or whatever. But I thought when I left, I was like, oh, I'll be back. I'll be back by June at the latest. And it was just like, oh my God, what an asshole. How did we all not get Ebola? Because that was my big thing. Like, that was my big, like, golden standard. I was like, well, Ebola didn't, like, do this. Like, was it literally the Trump administration? But then everyone else, see you,
Chaz. Take care, buddy.
See you,
Bye.
Chaz. Chaz is leaving. He's too scared by your Ebola chat. I mean, the idea that, how did we not all get Ebola? Like, I remember, here's my one thing. What I don't like, the number one comedy response to COVID that drives me fucking crazy is the amount of people that were like, now it's time to really up my Instagram video content. Some of the sketches my alleged friends are putting out make me want to smash their like in front of them, fly to where they are, risk COVID, quarantine for 10 days, to 14 days, depending on which country or state I'm going to, find them, break their phones in front of them, and go, you know why, and then just leave. Like, it's just, it needs to people need to stop.
I saw a lot of people I know promoting Cameo accounts, and I was like, who gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
Who gonna pay you for a Cameo?
Andrew Johnson, go in the private chat right now and tell us names. God, for the love. So if you'll see in the corner, it says comments, banners, brand, private chat. Private chat only me and Chris Betts can see. Go in there and let's see who you. Let's see if Chris will know any of the people first of all, and then we're gonna trace Lawrence Fishburne. No, they did cameos.
Yep.
Oh,
what am I talking about?
No,
for real?
After everything?
Yeah, you didn't know this? Yeah, no, that's another one that I just thought of. Or I just remember. No, I was just kind of like, it must have been like their managers must have been like, well, this is something to do, or something like that, and like, it's just
my agent did.
Anyway,
my agent sent me that. It was like, yeah, you should set this up. I was like, you're high. You're fucking insane.
I mean, no.
Wait. No, because Chris and I share a manager in the UK. Brett sent that to you?
Brett sent it to everyone.
Of course.
I guess. Yeah, he just sent it to everybody. He's like, guys, you should get on this. It's a great way to make money. I was like, I don't think you looked into what this is.
100% not.
Like, I get it if you start an OnlyFans, and a lot of people, well, not a lot, but like several people that I know did. Subscribed anyway, and
get in the private chat. Who started an OnlyFans? Come on,
you wouldn't know anyone. You wouldn't know anyone. Like, they're gay dudes, but who are not in comedy in any way. But
so what you're saying is some gay porn stars started OnlyFans, and
no, just like gay guys that I know who were like sort of Insta thoughts, and then they were like, well, got bills to pay.
Did they make money off it? Was it successful?
I mean,
yes, somewhat. Like,
and how OnlyFans did we go down the OnlyFans rabbit hole?
What do you mean?
In that, were they using it for the original intention of OnlyFans, which is give me money and you can see my bits, or were they
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Totally in favor of that.
Oh yeah. And that's largely what it was. Not a lot of fucking. You're in the UK, which is really funny, Chris, because I was talking to Catherine a while ago, and just because just touching base with how things are going in the UK. She's like, oh, blah 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 blah, this that whatever. I'm like, well, I do follow some UK OnlyFans people, and I've noticed that there's been quite a content deficit recently. So things must be very bad if they are not able to create new fuck vids. Anyway, but so yeah.
I really enjoy that you said that to a human being who is a parent, that where you live is probably really bad because the fuck fit factory that I'm following.
I mean, she's not a regular mom. She's a cool mom, So, Big Shiny Tunes. You did a Canadian You did a podcast on Big Shiny Tunes, Chris.
Oh yeah, I've got an ongoing one. We just released the first episode last week. Second one's coming out tomorrow.
Well, I spent a lot of my time over the pandemic. My big creative endeavors was doing Facebook tournaments, like a bracketed 4-region tournament where it was like pop cultural, usually music. And the next one I'm going to do is a Golden Age of Electric Circus. So that is very sister concepts. Yeah,
very nice.
So, yeah, and I just with word that Daft Punk broke up today. I think that they're really the front runners if they can get past Darude.
Okay. Well,
they better. What did Darude have other than Sandstorm? Come on.
Hey, what did it need? It didn't need anything beyond Sandstorm.
We have to explain, because we are 3 Canadians of a certain age, so we know what Electric Circus is. We have to explain what that is. There's young people in the chat.
90s dance music. It was a program that was like, so its American sister counterpart would have been Club MTV. Back in the day, it was just like a day. It was like where you had like ravers and vinyl pants, and they would just dance to the hot dance music of the day, and it was pretty 90s. It was sort of like 90 to 2002, let's say. So like Darude would just be at the very end of what we would be incorporating here.
He's totally missing what was the weirdest part of the show, which was it had most of what it was dance music videos, but then it would cut to in the studio people dancing on podiums, which looking
Two Unlimited, 100%. Two Unlimited will be going up against La Bouche And the winner of that bracket will then go on to challenge Aqua.
Oh,
No.
nice. Yeah.
Aqua is who I would put, because like that Barbie girl song basically came in the mail to everyone's house, and you just heard it for 96 to 98. It was Barbie's world, and she's a Barbie girl.
You know, one of the last concerts that I saw in Toronto before I moved was Aqua at the Molson Amphitheater, whatever the fuck that's called.
What is that stage show like?
Yeah,
amazing. Amazing. And so because of Electric Circus, because it had such a presence in Canada, all these dance music acts have huge followings. And so it was sold out. It was completely sold out. It was like they were a current band. It was insane, but they looked amazing. I'll tell you that Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones. What up now? What up now? And that guy sounds like, oh my God, as soon as he came out, it was just like, hi, Bobby. Like, it's like, come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah, it was just like, oh, he wore a Leafs jersey. Oh, it was great.
Oh,
it was great.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Good work.
There's no town in the world loves someone wearing a Maple Leafs jersey more.
Yeah.
Toronto, it could happen so often. Okay, here I have two questions, and then we'll get down because I want to get this Lawrence Fishburne game done. Then we'll plug, and then we all go on our merry fucking way. So here's my question: you seeing Aqua live? Do they open with Barbie Girl? Close with Barbie Girl?
It was buried in the middle, like unceremoniously, completely. I remember it was just so. It was just an afterthought. It was just kind of like, all right, now we need to do this one. Now, the thing that really stood out to me about that was, okay, they had a song called Turn Back Time, and it's not like a cover of the Cher song. It was like, it goes like, if only I could turn back time, I would stay for the night. And it was from the original motion picture soundtrack to Sliding Doors, starring Gwyneth Paltrow. And during the song, clips from the movie played on an enormous LED screen behind them, and I was just like, this is like as if like it was Celine Dion doing fucking My Heart Will Go On, and like of course there needs to be a reference to the Titanic, iconic movie, iconic song, but it's like, oh, like they're just like, well, we obviously need to pay tribute to Sliding Doors.
I mean,
and so all these photos, and so anyway, it was just so funny. I think that they closed with Cartoon Heroes, which was it was their like circa 2000 song. Like it was like their follow-up to the Barbie Girl album song.
I mean,
but Barbie Girl was just in the middle haphazardly, and they just kind of got it over with.
Yeah, that is a ludicrous choice.
Well, you can tell that they're sick of it. You can tell that they're just kind of like, oh, let's get this over with.
But still,
fucking balls on them in the middle. In the middle, we're putting the fucking hit.
Just buried it in the middle. Yeah. Oh, do you know who opened for Aqua? Prozac. Do you remember Prozac?
Yes.
So Prozac. Oh yeah, Eiffel 65. I'll tell you, Eiffel 65 will take on Scatman John. The winner will go on to battle Rednecks in this upcoming tournament.
And where will this tournament be available? Just on
Facebook. Just on Facebook. I do it on Facebook. I'm sorry, because you can. The way that you vote on things is you either like heart react or wow react, so you can really only do it on there. But I do it. I also post the videos to Instagram. It's exhausting.
Everyone follow Andrew on all the social media.
All
of the effort he puts into that is worth it.
Yeah. No, not that 2 times. No, she didn't make the cut. Sorry.
I mean, I'm absolutely. I love that someone didn't make the cut.
Oh, hey, there are only 48 slots or something like that. Anyway, I've got 4 regions: Dance Divas, Euro Dance, Rave, Rap, Rock, and Dance Pop. And
who goes in the rock dance portion?
Oh, so like, okay, it's going to be like Chemical Brothers versus Basement Jacks. Winner takes on Daft Punk. It's going to be Underworld versus Orbital. Winner takes on Darude. Then it's going to be Prodigy versus Republica. Winner takes on Blur. And then Tag Team versus Out Here Brothers. Winner takes on Run DMC versus Jason Evans. Basically just that song. It's like that, and that's the way it is. And then and then anyway, so that's that region.
I mean, this is the thought you've put into this is
very thoughtful.
Very
good. No, my last one was a real barn burner, the golden age of TRL bracket. To the surprise of no one, Britney Spears took that one, Yeah. So but that was a lot of fun. Some very heated moments about that one.
I'm going to say the inclusion of Anna 2 times not being in.
Sorry, she's not. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 4 seconds of explanation, and I understand. Baldy 3 coming in. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Well,
No, because she wouldn't make the Dance Divas region, which is stacked as fuck right now. Like she wouldn't be. That's Crystal Waters versus Robin S versus Cece Peniston, Gina G versus Nikki French versus Kathy Dennis, Wigfield versus Wigfield was the other opener for Aqua when she was there. So da Saturday night. Anyway, go on.
Oh shit, yeah.
I recognize that song. All of the people you said in Dance Divas couldn't fucking name one.
You'd know their song.
Robin.
You'd know their song.
I know
Robin.
Robin.
No, not Robin. Robin S. And we're like, baby, if you want me, you got to show me love. You know the song to hear it. Yeah. And then like Gillette, like don't want no short dick, man. Don't want. You know that song. Like, obviously. Yeah. You know the songs. And then M People versus Live in Joy versus Stars on 54. If you could read my mind. Anyway, but yeah. So.
Oh shit.
I mean it's stacked. You'd know all the songs. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I'm feeling very jazzed for this tournament. I gotta tell you,
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun street walk down memory lane, as they all are, but especially that one. I also did a classic TV theme song one in late summer, and that was very heated, because the nanny beat the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the '90s region, and all hell broke loose. Yeah, because
who was voting that happened? Like,
listen, it was. All these have been like boys versus girls, basically, and so it ended up that there was more of a rallying cry to the nanny named Fran than there was for.
Show by the. I mean, was the theme to Due South included in anyway?
No. That would have been what 90s region, and the 90s region was like Friends, Frasier, Nanny, Fresh Prince, all that shit. And
by the way, how heated those tournaments got, which was I was submitting a writing package, and I asked someone that Andrew knows very well for advice on how to do it, because they may or may not be involved in the production. And I said, can I owe you a drink? And that person said, do me a favor, and sent me the link and went, here's how you need to vote.
Yep.
In this tournament to swing.
Yep. Okay, here's the 90s region. I'll just break that one down really quickly. It was Saved by the Bell versus 90210. Saved by the Bell went on
Saved by the Bell.
To Battle Friends. Then the next one, and I regret this one, but I bowed to too much pressure, which I never did again to change my bracket. But it was X-Files versus Twin Peaks. So Nap and Napier, or Napper. I should suppose.
What got bumped?
Yeah, what got
Oh, well, it was a real, I was Mad About You versus Blossom. I really wanted to give precedence to songs with lyrics, but then those two, just a lot of people came out of the woodworks for that. Anyway, whatever. X-Files won, and that went up against Frasier. Frasier went on to battle Friends. Friends won out. And then in the next one, it was, it was Living Single versus Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Living Single went on to battle Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And then the final bracket was, In Living Color versus America's Funniest Home Videos, but the original one, we got lads from coast to coast to make you smile. And Living Color won. It went up against Nanny. Nanny won. The Nanny beat Fresh Prince, and the Nanny beat Friends. So Nanny competed for that one. But can you off the top of your head, can you think of an all-time theme song that won the whole thing? I had an 80s regions, a 90s regions, a timeless region, so just pre the 80s, and a cartoon kids region. Can you just pick up Inspector Gadget was in the kids region, and it lost to DuckTales.
Oh yeah. I gotta go DuckTales on that. Yeah.
Batman theme. I'm gonna say Batman theme. No.
Wasn't in it.
Really?
Wasn't it? No room.
No words.
It was on the bubble. It was, and that's true. It had Batman. Yeah.
Come on.
No, that bracket would have been Flintstones versus Addams Family versus Muppet Show, and that was that was that little, and that was the only one that I had room for.
Muppet Show. Oh,
yes, DuckTales. Yeah, you make my life. No,
Muppet Show is up on Disney Plus now, by the way.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
I remember.
Very exciting.
And that was in the timeless region, not even in the cartoon. The kids region was. That was a battle. Then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Gem and the Holograms was a bloodbath. Wow. A bloodbath.
Because
that was boys. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, we keep getting the wrong side. Explain the Gem and the Holograms fight. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it was just boys versus girls, and the TMNT won out in the end. However, the next ring in the gauntlet that they needed to cross was Sailor Moon, and forget about it. They were skinned alive. Yeah, they were skinned.
Did Animaniacs make it?
No, it did not, unfortunately.
Oh,
No,
damn.
that region was really quickly Inspector Gadget versus DuckTales. Winner went on to battle Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, which was apparently not a fucking thing because DuckTales walked right over that. Then TMNT versus Gem versus Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon won that. And then it was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego versus Sesame Street. Ooh. Where in the World of Carmen Sandiego is a feast for the senses. So that one, and that went up against, she's like, well, she rides around the world from Kia to Colorado. She's a tricky finger filter with a taste for thievery, and then that went up against Reading Rainbow, and then the final one was just really bizarre. No, X-Men almost. I almost put that on. Instead, TMNT went in there. Your Rescue Rangers theme is amazing, sung by the Jets. I don't know if you knew that, but the anyway. So then it was Captain Planet versus the Smoggies, which was just this little like. Do you remember the Smoggies?
Oh my god!
Like have you met the Smoggies? It is, and it was like 3 seasons, but it's a really like you can tell who's like of a certain generational cohort if you know this. In Canada, if you know the Smoggies. Anyway, Smoggies won. Yeah. They went up against Degrassi Junior High. Degrassi Junior High went on, and Reading Rainbow won the whole region.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
I used to have a friend who would get drunk, and if he was alone, he would just call a friend in the middle of the night and leave a voicemail of him singing the Reading Rainbow theme song for you.
It's really. It's something that will just put an instant like smile on your face and be like butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Gummy Bears did not. It was really on the bubble. It was really too bad on the bubble. Yeah. And then, well, okay, I'm just going to walk you through the rest of this. Okay. 80s region was really quickly.
I can't believe how much of this you remember. Yeah. I'm amazed at your memory.
Yeah. Well, I spent a lot of time with it. So Full House versus Family Matters. They're not the same song. They're not. But Family Matters won that, went up against Perfect Strangers.
Absolutely. 100% correct.
Yeah, which lost miserably to Family Matters, which I was surprised about. Anyway, Family Matters went on to the next bracket, which was Dallas versus Knight Rider. Knight Rider took it, which I was amazed about because I'm like
sampled so many hip hop songs, something
so many hilarious, so many hats, so many hip hop songs, and then Dallas went up against Cheers. I mean, Knight Rider went up against Cheers. Cheers took it.
Cheers,
yeah. And then Cheers beat Family Matters to go to the quarterfinals or semifinals. Then we have Facts of Life versus 227.
Facts of Life.
Was that it? No, it wasn't. It was Family Ties versus Who's the Boss, and then the winner, which was Who's the Boss, went up against Growing Pains. So show me that smile again. Growing Pains won, and then 227 versus Facts of Life. Winner goes up against the Golden Girls. Golden Girls versus Cheers. What do you think won the 80s region?
I mean, judging by who your fans seem to follow vociferously, I'm gonna go with Golden Girls.
Yeah, and that's a smart fucking bet, baby boy.
I don't actually know which one is right though. Those are two possibly of the greatest television theme songs ever. And I'm gonna say I would almost give Golden Girls the edge because Cheers is a bit hack, and I don't like the people that are singing the Cheers song still. So I would give it to Golden.
The thing that is so funny about these tournaments and the backdrop by which they unfolded, which was COVID, but also a sort of critical mass of social justice, what with the whole, uprisings. And just to see how people would justify various picks and stuff, like if anyone remotely ever accused of sexual assault had anything to do with any of these shows, that was disqualifying. And so in Cheers, take your pick. I know. But anyway, in fact, I'm pretty sure Kirstie Alley's involvement with the Church of Scientology and like being a Trump supporter kind of disqualified her. And Cheers. Anyway, and so then the timeless region really quick was Brady Bunch versus Gilligan's Island. Brady Bunch won, went up against Three's Company. Three's Company won. Then, and this was controversial because I didn't put in Happy Days and All in the Family. Instead, I chose their like female spinoffs, Laverne and Shirley and Maude. The winner went up against the Jeffersons. So moving on up. Then we had the Flintstones versus Addams Family. Addams Family went up against the Muppet Show. The Muppet Show won. And then there was MASH, which again I bowed to pressure. I was like, oh, because it lost miserably to the Price is Right theme song. Price is Right. Yeah,
That's
Price is Right went up against Entertainment Tonight, and Price is Right was the lone round one steed to make it to, and then it beat Muppet Show beat it. So it was Three's Company versus Muppet Show, and so the final, fatal 4-way final was Golden Girls, The Nanny, Muppet
Friends.
Show and and Reading Rainbow.
Oh, we
No,
have
Friends
something-
got beat by the
We have something very. So there's
American
Okay.
Gladiators. Great.
No.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
No. You're now about to hear the British version of American Gladiators song. Let's see how you would rank this amongst all of your themes. Give me a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves as I bring it up.
The American Gladiators is a spin-off of
No.
another show called Gladiators that is just like a British show.
Britain took
Yeah,
the American
Gladiator. Yeah, exactly.
Britain
Elizabeth Taylor.
took
Yeah.
Gladiators and then put it in a actual sports arena and made the craziest television show. Like made the only time that Britain has done a better version of a TV show than America is
Yeah.
Gladiators. And do you want a theme song or do you want the beginning of an episode? You decide. Either way, it's
Either
glorious.
way. Hey, I got nowhere to be.
Oh yes,
It's
please.
funny because you were just talking about like British versions of American shows, and I was just remembering like there was the British version of Who's the Boss, and I think it was called like Flatmates or something like that. I don't know. Like
I mean the hilarious version of you can also watch the oh yes, I mean maybe we should show Andrew Indoor League as well. I still want to get to the Lawrence Fishburne determining when Dakota where that happened. I mean we
when
got a lot.
We can do that tomorrow. We can do that any point.
But Andrew won't be here for Dakota. We need Andrew here to help us with the Dakota thing takes precedent.
I'll tune in and sound off in the comments.
We'll do this for 2 seconds. Then we're doing Dakota. Then we'll do plugs. Then we'll rate, and then we'll fuck off. That's how we're gonna do it. Because Chris seems tired. Because it's what 2 in the morning there.
Yeah, how
1:30.
late is it over there?
It's 1:30 in the morning.
Jeez.
Yeah, I am.
Heavens. Wow. Yeah, any like British thing that I've done has been at like 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's wonderful
Because
on
of-
our
yeah.
end and terrible
Yeah.
on there.
Or
Yeah,
that was
having-
on East. That was
Oh,
on
sorry.
East Coast time. So now I'm now it would be like at noon or whatever. But anyway,
First is Nicola Borden, a dance
Look at that
teacher from
stadium.
Vivian Radigan, a legal
Yeah.
secretary from London.
Vivian
Irwin, a videotape editor.
He's my favorite. Look at this name, Winiger.
Weininger.
Oh,
Wiener,
damn.
Wieninger?
Also, they all,
Wieninger?
and they all get a lovely gladiator sweater to wear in their fun
Aw.
vid.
Stoke Newington.
I can't believe I haven't seen more of those on the
Jeremy
streets of London over the last few years.
Tonight face
Yeah.
the ultimate challenge, the might of the gladiators.
That's a great logo.
These are all really ripped for Brits.
Shadow.
God.
Cobra. Panther.
Oh.
Flame. Hawk. Phoenix. Saracen. And Scorpio. Coming to you from
I mean, that's just an astrological sign. She should have been Scorpion. Scorpio. Who cares?
Andrew, where would you put this theme song in the great pantheon of all theme songs? Where
Wouldn't have made the cut. Sorry.
Oh.
Wouldn't have made the cut. Wouldn't have made the cut. No.
I
No.
would have been furious if I made this song because they talk over it the whole time. I couldn't make out any of the
I
goddamn
know.
words.
No, I mean it sounds like it was composed by Glenn Fry, and so I'm into it, but it wouldn't have made the sorry. Wouldn't have made the cut. Can I just say something about American Gladiators or the Gladiators franchise, global franchise? Do you remember how they rebooted the American one, like in 2008 or something like that, 2006
No.
maybe? So I used to MySpace blog back in the day, and it had, somewhat of a wide reach. And I remember doing a blog once in praise of one of the gladiatrixes, whose name was Helga, Hellga, and she was styled as this very Swiss miss, but she was like the biggest female bodybuilder that they had on there. And so I remember saying something like blogging about her one day, and I got a DM from her on MySpace saying very happy I'm in your good books, and you should be happy you're in mine. And I was like, oh, terrific. Anyway.
Forever doing a promo.
Yeah, I know. What's MySpace? God. Anyway, yeah.
2 questions.
MySpace? Yes.
Are those MySpace blogs still available? And if they are, can we read some on the stream and in an upcoming stream?
I'm sure that they are. And I was very ahead of the curve. I brought a digital camera with me everywhere. I even oh my God, it was so, ugh.
And
This
and
is
to
like
make
when
sure-
I started. Oh, go on.
And because we're all about fair, and I know how to find this, if Andrew does that, we can also then read from the live journal I kept for a few years. that
Please.
Yes.
is awful.
Yeah.
But speaking of awful, ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence Fishburne,
We were young. We were young and earnest. Go on.
it doesn't. I know what's on my blog. It is not. I think let's just be happy my diary land can't be found because that one I would have to. I would have to commit. I'd have to go to the fucking bathtub and toaster store. You know what I'm saying?
Oh dear. That's how
I'm
you're
very
gonna go?
surprised to find out you were that kind of guy. I didn't have you for the online diary Doogie Howser type.
Yeah, but you keep it all inside. You know what I mean? You're one person on the streets and another person on the digital sheets. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
it's true. It's very true. We had so much. It strikes me that we just had more time in those days. There was less internet. There was less internet to like waste time with. You know?
Yeah. Luckily, I've gotten so much more discerning in the content I'm putting out. Now I'm just doing up to 3 hours stoned on the internet with Chris Betts yesterday.
Terrific. Oh,
all right.
Great.
So Dakota Fishburne was born 1991, September 7th, 1991.
Okay.
So this is the region in which she's born. We got Boys in the Hood. We got Class Action. He's both as Larry Fishburne. Now, here's something I noticed as he became a father, he goes from Larry to Lawrence, which I think he's a bit up himself. He's taking himself too seriously. That's his first problem.
He was the original Terrence Howard. In many respects.
Did he go by Terry?
Did Terrence Howard go by Terry Howard?
No, but just very self-serious, very, like weirdo and, yeah.
I mean, that is what he started to get famous, though. You can see his career start to gather as he.
What's love got to do with them?
So maybe they started taking him seriously. Maybe he got called boy by too many people, and he was like, "I'm Lawrence, not Larry."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, he was in. Do you remember? Oh, I was saying. Do you remember when he was on Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Yeah, the
that
cowboy.
was his first big gig. Yeah.
Well, but that wasn't his first big gig. Was he's in Apocalypse Now?
Oh yeah, he's a kid in it, isn't he? He lied about his age.
He's like he was a kid in Apocalypse. Like he's a kid actor. Like he was in a shitload of Broadway as a kid. All of that sort of stuff. Also, fun fact: Lawrence Fishburne's childhood best friend, comedian Colin Quinn.
Really?
Huh. Yeah.
What an unlikely duo.
Grew up in the same building. You wouldn't think it. And so they fucking are very good friends. And he talks about one day they're riding the bus, and Larry Fishburne, as he knew him, said, "Oh, I'm not going to be around for the next 8 weeks. I got to go film this movie in some place. It's called Apocalypse Now." And Colin Quinn talks about being like, "Yeah, whatever, Larry, fucking weirdo." And then I was like, "Oh." So we got it. All right. So it's 91. He's a baby. I'm thinking where the issue is going to come in. It was imprinted early. I'm going to literally point it towards the searching for Bobby Fischer, one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, because it's just so trying to be Mighty Ducks but for chess and is terrible. That's where I'm putting it.
Damn,
not searching. Bobby Fischer can stay lost as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, it was Bobby Fischer, big anti-Semite, and also for no reason just went to Iceland and gives Iceland a bad name. And I don't go in for that sort of truck.
Fair enough.
I think that it was when. Sorry, can you scroll up a little bit or down? I guess.
Are you going because she's 2 to 3 here? She's very young.
I just want to get an idea. So, Boys in the Hood was the year she was born. Okay, up a bit now.
Yeah, Deep Cover, another classic, excellent soundtrack.
Rebecca, he's in Bad Company. Okay. I think it's here. Look at how many movies he made in 95.
I mean, oh my God.
So this is where he was despondent, and you think that's when she,
yeah, he was gone, and those are the formative years. That's when you're bonding. And while he was making Bad Company, Higher Learning, Just Cause, Tuskegee Airmen, and Othello, that was the bond was broken. He no longer wanted to protect her. She didn't recognize his scent. That's a wrap. She's a porn star now.
She didn't recognize his scent.
In many ways, he fled, which was the movie he started in 1996.
That's funny.
No, it's not. Don't do that, Andrew.
No, it is. It is. No, it didn't recognize his scent. No, it's very, very funny. I find it very amusing.
Thank you, Andrew. Fuck you, Chris. Yes, I'm gonna say I'm going with searching for.
I think that's a good read on it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think Chris has absolutely nailed it. It was 95, which is that, and then away we go. Oh my God, he's been in some shit movies before the fucking. He was in Osmosis Jones.
Oh damn! I forgot about that.
Voice, Thrax,
Matrix. Always outnumbered. Wow. Was that who was the main voice for that? Was it Chris Rock?
You know, I think it was Chris Rock. I think you're absolutely. It was Chris Rock. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. That just came up somehow the other day. I forget. Oh, Brandy was in
Brandy's
that too,
in it.
as Brandy Norwood. But
I read a celebrity blind about Brandy the other day that she was having an affair for years with Jay-Z, and Beyonce had to keep her at a distance. And the fact that Jay-Z didn't leave Beyonce for her has driven her towards drinking drugs.
No.
That is what I read in a celebrity blind. However, seriously, you want to take those sources.
I don't know about that. She looks good. Like she looks
great.
very fresh faced. If anything, she took her angst out on that vehicular manslaughter thing a few years ago. I don't know. Like, on the back of that girl's car on Wilshire. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Did you know Brandy's killed someone before?
Her and Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, and Caitlyn Jenner, all manslaughterists.
Yeah.
And if I was to rank those, that's how I would rank them.
Oh,
that is literally.
Let's do the tournament of people that have committed vehicular manslaughter.
Vehicular manslaughter. Yeah. Brandy, Matthew Broderick, and Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner, Ted Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy's in there. Oh, that's a great turn. Oh, this is now Ted Kennedy's out right away. Ted Kennedy's not making it out of the first. Like, he's not making out of the gate. Ted Kennedy's
wrong.
No. He's round one.
Vince Neil of Motley Crue is in there. Vince Neil, I'm seeing Vince Neil actually might. If it goes boy girls, if you did this, by the way, if you did this Facebook poll, how dark has the pandemic gotten that you're doing celebrities?
That would be a real end of the rope sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. It would be a really that would be us still being indoors in September sort of tournament.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't say
because another one that I wanted to do was like Canadian one-hit wonders in the US. And I like that would be something.
Another amazing short list. This is an amazing
really
vehicular manslaughter person, by the way.
Greg.
Prince
Philip. Well, Diana doesn't count because he had Hey, listen, unconfirmed, so that's why we couldn't count Prince Philip per se.
Allegedly, as we like to say on this show.
Yeah, of all the conspiracy theories, by the way, I hope that one's the truest one. I
believe it.
I mean, even if she didn't believe it, I guarantee the smile. This is the Queen getting that phone call. Like she nodded.
Done.
Yeah, she nodded in a mirror, just being like, "Yay."
Yeah.
There was the mud.
It's done.
Yeah, the vibe. There was a vibe in that palace of, "Yeah, you don't fuck with me." Like like there was no. They had to be told to mourn. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Do you watch The Crown?
No.
Every fucking episode. I have so many opinions on The Crown. Here's also a show you don't want to be watching. You don't want to binge as you're going through a divorce. Is season 4 of The Crown. That'll put you in a really dark headspace. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my. Yeah. No, that would probably not be fantastic.
Look at all these relationships failing, and that guy's dead. Like,
so many of them crumbling. Oh my god. I know. Yeah, but the dance scene to Uptown Girl was pretty cool.
It was pretty fun, and Helena Bonham Carter is an absolute national treasure.
She's also fantastic as Princess Margaret. Ugh.
Also, her appearances on all talk shows are enjoyable because she's always just flown in from England, and she's always very tired, and it's very
Johannesburg. Yeah. How do you superimpose this? Oh, I can just, there we go. Terrific. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that fun?
This is a good platform. I've never been on StreamYard before.
It's very
this goes to Twitch.
It goes to Twitch, all of our Facebook things, Chris's Periscope, and our YouTube all at the same time.
Yeah.
Holy shit, not bad. Okay, cool.
And it's very listen, I'm so fucking bad at all of this shit. Alex Watson.
I don't think so.
Thank you, sir. Is the moderator for this. Is very none of the alerts work for this for Twitch, but it goes to all platforms. It's very easy to bring people on because part of it is also I'm hurt and it's nice to have guests on to chat and fill time. And this is the easiest way to do it. Speaking of which, we're going to wrap this up and raid someone. But before we do that, let's get everyone's plugs out of the way. Andrew Johnson, where can everyone find your fun tournaments and all that great stuff?
Oh, yeah, Instagram.com, Mandrew Bronston, and then just Facebook. I'm just Andrew Johnston 1999. They'll all be public. They'll all be things that you can just follow and comment on and whatever. And I don't really post more than that, right? I did actually. I did strong arm people. I held round 3 of the last tournament that I did hostage until I got like X amount of 5-star ratings on my podcast, and boy did that work. And oh yeah, like a flood, a deluge, and now we're algorithmically like up there. It's great. Anyway. Oh, and so then my podcast with Brandon Ash Muhammad is called "Sitting Up in Our Room," and we do a deep dive into a deep cut every week, and I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow, but we'll have to figure that out, won't we?
Nice.
So, yeah.
Chris, you won't be doing a podcast tomorrow. You'll be doing a podcast Wednesday because you'll be doing.
A release. Big Shiny podcast is released tomorrow. We're talking about Big Shiny Tunes 2, and
That's
then
right.
we're also releasing an interview with a guy who wrote a whole book about Big Shiny Tunes, just the first album. And so we talked to him for an hour, so we release both those episodes tomorrow. On Wednesday, I'm doing Versus, which I'll be streaming live on Twitch. I've got Tom Houghton and Dan Muggleton are playing. Follow me on Twitch. I'm on every day, just doing nonsense in the middle of the day as well, reading news, and then I'm on here at midnight with John.
Yeah, very good. And please join my Discord. The link will be up in the chat theoretically. Follow me on all fun social medias. Thank you so much for following.
Yeah, Discord.
For following and subscribing. If you're not following or subscribing, please do. If you're not subscribing and you have Amazon Prime, just link it up. It's totally free, and I get money from Jeff Bezos. Thank you so much for everyone for being a part of this. We are now going to go, Ray. I have a gig on March the 6th. Please buy tickets for that. And I'm doing a character show called Power Selling on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Pacific time, which is so early in the UK. None of you will be there.
Ooh, yeah, that would be crack of the marnin'.
You absolutely read my mind, Alex. I was absolutely going to raid Jordan Rasco, so we're going to raid Jordan Rasco. And Andrew Johnson, what would you like our raid message to be? It's something that when you go to someone else's Twitch, when you go to someone else's Twitch stream, it's everyone that I send over there then types out and says as sort of a greeting.
Oh, that's a thing. This is the first I've heard of this. What would you say? Peace, love, and grease.
Done. Great.
We're going peace.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and grease, everybody.
If you're on my channel, we're rating as well. Peace, love, and grease. Jordan Rasco, right? It looks like they're watching the Golden Girls. I'm not sure what's going on this channel.
Oh, well, my God, that's apropos.
I mean,
yeah, Golden Girls won that tournament, by the way. If I didn't say that,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that show, by the way, holds up. Oh, is it Grease or Geese?
Grease. Peace, love, and grease.
Yeah. Geese are against both peace and love. So come on, guys, get it together.
Peace, love, and grease. We will see you all tomorrow. I will see you over on Jordan's stream. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you, Andrew.